we have just created our listing loop. We know it's a listing loop because our template that we selected was our residential listing, and it says listing for sale. Our status is pre-listing, and we can change that here. Please do not use archived unless it's a training loop or a loop from a former brokerage. View details. We will look at this button more in another video, but this is going to show the basic details where we can add some things, and we're going to use it to start to set up our transaction. Now, the top bar here, this is your top level navigation, and it stays the same on every page. As we discussed in the navigating the dot loop screen, we have our reports. This will take you back to your loops. These are tasks for all of your transactions. These are all of your contacts. These are all of Dalton Wade's templates. And this is your account information. We're going to concentrate on everything below this line. Below this line, it has to do with this loop. This is the activity log for this loop. You can click it to see we just created the loop. That's all that has happened. I'll go back to my loop. And submitting for review, we will go over in a different video, but this is the button that you are going to use to submit your documents for review, your folders for review. As you move through, you will submit several times, always within 48 hours after receiving an effective date or an executed contract. This is the title of your loop. It's the name of your loop. It looks like the address, and it is, but this is the title of your loop. This is where your notifications will appear. If someone signs something, for example, you will get a notification. The flag will turn red. Here's your notes. If one of the documents you have submitted for review, for example, is returned to you, you will find a note to explain why that document was returned. Moving down, we have our document section, and your document section is going to contain folders, which are in blue, files, which are in black, and placeholders, which are in gray. Folders can be opened and closed with a click. We have our listing documents folder. This is for our initial listing docs, those files that are between the brokerage and the seller. Our next folder is their offer contract documents. Our next folder is for our pending documents, and our last folder is for our closing documents. So these should be submitted in the first 48 hours of execution of our listing agreement. The offer and contract documents should be submitted in the first 48 hours of our effective date of the contract. These folders will then be closed up, and you will move to the pending documents folder. These folders are from the first 48 hours until your CDA is signed, approximately 5 to 10 days before closing. Please allow 5 to 10 days before closing, but not more than 10. CDAs are only good for 10 days. And our closing documents. This is going to contain our settlement statement and hopefully a final walkthrough that you've received from the buyer's agent. This is really in your seller's best interest to get that. We have some local service providers listed here. These are the people involved in your transaction. You're going to add your sellers and such. This is where your tasks list will go. We have a few templates. I will show them to you. We have a listing agent checklist and a listing presentation checklist that might go nicely with your listing loop. The listing presentation checklist is going to take you through some steps towards a listing. I'm going to close that up. And then the listing agent checklist is going to take you through a listing from signing the paperwork all the way through sending a gift or a thank you card after closing, asking for a Zillow review. So if you're a new agent, this is going to be very handy, or if you're a busy agent, this is going to help you to stay on track, as you can assign all of the tasks, mostly to yourself, and give yourself a due date. So today, I'm going to sign my paperwork. If I get it done, I can check the box. You know, if it doesn't get done and I need it another day, I can set it to tomorrow very, very, very easily. That's our task list. So we have tasks, people, and most of the work that you do is going to be done in the document section with your files and your folders. Thank you for joining me.